As a steady rain was falling outside the convention center, City Councilman Rodney Fleming was inside, making his case for tighter watering restrictions. Councilman Fleming is concerned the abundant rainfall San Angelo has enjoyed this year has lulled the community into a false sense of security regarding its water supply. San Angelo's primary water source, the Ivy Reservoir, is still at less than 20% of its capacity. Factoring in the Hickory Aquifer, San Angelo has about a 40-month supply of water. Councilman Fleming is proposing stretching that as much as possible by limiting summertime watering to once every 7 days when the city is in standard conservation. Currently, outside watering is allowed twice every 7 days, though never between the hours of noon and 6 p.m. Citing a respected horticulturist, Fleming says once-a-week watering would train root systems to burrow deeper into the earth in search of moisture. That would result in hardier vegetation.
You train it to, if you water less frequently and a little longer, the roots grow deeper and they get stronger. You'll actually have a better yard than watering, 3 times a week and less time.
Water Utilities Director Bill Riley said now that the Hickory Aquifer is online, he's crafting a revamped drought plan that would no longer be triggered by the amount of water in lakes. He said the drought plan must dovetail with the potential restructuring of water rates. The Water Advisory Board will hear the results of a water rate study at its July meeting. It's anticipated the board will offer a recommendation to the City Council on water rates in the near future.
But I think the biggest factor behind the looking at the drought plan and the conservation plan is, does it really reflect what we ought to be doing in the long term? One of the things that we're seeing statewide is the drought has kind of over in a lot of places. Where they had watering restrictions in place, they're keeping those in place because they want people to keep that same mindset of using water like that. Well, we're still in a drought, and we need to be thinking about that in the long term. What's the best way to utilize our resource?
Fleming noted the fine line between the need to conserve water and the need to sell an adequate amount to support the operation and maintenance of San Angelo's water infrastructure.
And it all has to go hand in hand, and unfortunately, our rates have not really, a lot of people think our rates have gone up a whole lot, but our rates are still some of the lowest rates in the whole state of Texas right now. We still pay one of the lowest rates in Texas, so something does have to give on that. If you save water, then your rates are going to have to go up. They have to. That's the cost of operating.
The question of whether to tighten watering restrictions will also be referred to the Water Advisory Board for its consideration. Fleming voiced confidence the board will offer a sound solution on watering regulations. For SATV, I'm Anthony Wilson.